Hi, fellow traders. We made it through another week. Hasn't, wasn't as busy in the small account as I would have liked, but we did add a couple hundred more dollars to the bottom line. We didn't give anything back this week. For the last 2-3 weeks, once we've identified the issues that I was facing and the wrong mentality that I had, we've turned this thing around, and I'm gonna continue to focus on making the right decisions, and in even making the decision. Okay, today is not a day that I need to trade. Like today, I made a decision this morning based on what I saw. I didn't see anything that I could trade that made sense for me in my small account. Now, yeah, a couple of stocks did do well, like SGH, XNCR, COST. That was a higher price stock. I couldn't trade that in my smaller account, but we nailed it yesterday for earnings play. That one did good, but SGH and XNCR didn't have enough volume for me to put on my watch. It did come in at the open. It made some pretty decent moves. But, XNCR never did come in. It made some good moves. The volume never did come in. But on SGH, the volume did come in. It was tradable. But I had made the decision based on what I saw to not trade anything at the open. And as the day moved on, I just didn't see any openings. So that's when I switched over to a swing account, and we jumped on Tesla. But when I say I don't have anything to trade, it's based on me, my strategies, my setups, and I am not forcing anything. I did that all summer long. That's why I couldn't get ahead in the small account, because I kept forcing trades, trying to make something happen versus just waiting and letting it come to me. When it does that, things roll in, our account grows. We've more than doubled it already in the last 3 weeks. So, I want to continue to see that pushing on. So what I've got up here, I wanted to share with you. Don't let your food get cold while you're looking in someone else's plate. This is one of our old grandparents' sayings, but it's relevant, very relevant to us today in trading. Because what happens is we let what we have on our plate, we let all of the work and effort that we put into fixing our plate just kind of fade away, just go cold, because we're looking at what somebody else has and we're drooling over it. So we're wasting time drooling over what somebody else has or claims to have versus what we have right there in front of our face. What we have in our face is reality. Average Joe trading is about reality. What's in your face right now? And some people can't accept it, and that's fine. If you can't accept reality, it's going to be very difficult for you to be wildly successful in anything. You can probably maintain and mark time all your life, but you're never going to get to the next level. You're going to have to start focusing on you. Stop looking at what everybody else has. If somebody's doing something that's working, then yeah, get with them. Don't sit back and look and say, and then try to figure out. Get with them. Find out what they're doing. If they can't tell you what their strategy is, then they probably aren't doing it for real. So just go back to what you're doing. But don't sit there and just drool over somebody else, other trades people are posting, and all that stuff. And I told you guys in chat this morning, I'm like, don't believe what anybody posts, me included. If you can't see it, if I can't show it to you, don't believe it. That's just the way I am. I had to be that way because, you could get thrown to the wolves in this place, in this industry. So it's just a good rule. If you don't see it, if you can't see it, don't believe it. It's not being ugly. It's not being mean. It's like it's keeping you focused on what you have in front of you. It's keeping your mind from wandering and following and chasing waterfalls. You shouldn't do that. So, and that's why I say, even with me, if I'm sitting here telling you I did this, I did that, if I'm not showing you, just take it with a grain of salt and then just move on. Because that's what it's about. It's about being real with yourself. It's about working with what you have in front of you, what you worked so hard to prepare to put on your plate. If it doesn't look as good as you want this time, then work with what you got. And then the next time, make it better. It's just like when we're cooking meals. If we may not like it, the next time we cook something, we'll know we need to add this or we need to add that to make it better. That's all we got to do. So just focus on what you got in front of you, everything that you've got on your plate. Work it out, work with it, and let's keep growing. All right, so today, I waited really till sometime after 10 before I just said, hey, the market's not going to give me anything for the small account. So we just flipped over to the swing account, which is where I've got I've got enough money to be able to trade a whole lot of different things. So I still got I still had the 2 swing trades on that you guys saw. I don't know how long I'm gonna hold them. I'm just kind of at the mercy of the market right now. But Tesla has been a real good trader, and whenever you find a stock that's really trading well over the course of several days to a week, you stay on it. And this stock just has, look at the room it had today to move. These are the 2 daily levels. And I could have very well got it here at the open and taken it off of this level. And, that would have been a great risk. Because, I'm able to absorb more risk in this account. So I could have, just jumped in here. But I was going to get in on this candle. But after it pushed up, it washed out so fast, I could not manage my risk chasing this. So that's why I told you guys in chat, let's wait for the bounce. Let's look for it to bounce back and retest VWAP. And then that's when we're going to get in. And that's exactly what we did. We waited for it to bounce. Didn't anticipate. Waited to get the rejection. Got the confirmed rejection. And got it. Now, the stocks are going to bounce a couple times before it gets to your target. Don't worry about it. That's just the way it is. If you're not watching your P&L, it's not going to bother you. If you're watching your P&L and you see, man, I got $500-600 already, and then we get this big candle, they go back up and we're down to like 150. And I'm just guessing here. So if you're adding this up and it doesn't add up, don't blame me. I'm just kind of using numbers to prove a point. So if it gets back to 150, you're going to be like, I can't let it go. I'm just going to take it off. And you take it off, and then this stock starts to work. And you get mad at yourself. That's why you don't even look at your P&L. execute the trade plan. So my trade plan was, I had my ultimate target was this 260.57. This was this was actually the support from when Tesla tanked last week. When it had that, the news came out and it tanked, it gapped down. This is where it gapped down to before it bounced. So I used this level today. This was going to be my ultimate target. And I kind of picked a spot in between. So 265 seemed to be a pretty good place to take profit. So I just picked the spot in between. And we got profit here. Got a nice little pop back. But I'm not concerned about it. You know, my stop is at break even. So worst case scenario, whatever I locked in here, I'm going to have. But I want to give this trade time to work. I want to give it the opportunity to work. So as long as it doesn't take me out and it's continuing to work, I want to stick it out. And, you know, here I got a little greedy. I was supposed, you know, if you guys were watching in chat, you saw at first I had an order here at 260.50 for 150 shares. For, you know, what I had left. And then, you know, this thing started working so good, you know, right after lunch, I changed it to 75. Or maybe I changed it over here. I can't remember. But I changed it to 75 and said, I think this thing is going to go lower because of how well it had been working. And you can see this was the floor. And had I stuck to my plan, I would have made, you know, more money. You know, 1702.53 is not anything to sneeze at. But again, I could have made over $2,000 on this had I just taken it all off here and reset on a rejection here or here. I could have made a little bit more money. But greed, this is greed here, creeping in, making me change my plan at the end to try to squeeze more blood out of this turnip, and it just didn't happen. So, really good week. I'm anxious to see tomorrow or Sunday morning, probably be Sunday morning, you know, how much Tesla paid me all week. You know, I'll be able to go in and see exactly after the fees and commissions and any rebates I got. I'll be able to see exactly how much I made off of this. But, you know, Tesla paid pretty good. The 2 earnings trades we took this week paid pretty good. So really had a good week overall. So we're going to get back next week, continue to focus on that small account, see if we can double it again by the end of the month. We're not going to force it. We're going to take what the market gives us and just continue on. We've got the new beginner trading class that started this past week. That first class is uploaded on the website. You guys that haven't been able to watch the classes on the earnings trades, you know, I'm starting from scratch with earnings. I'm helping you build up your foundation so that you can understand how and what I do with these earnings trades. So the first 2 classes are posted on the website too, under the day trading class. So you guys, if you haven't seen that, check it out this weekend. And, you know, we're going to be working on that some more next week. So you guys have a great weekend, and I will catch you guys Sunday morning. Those of you that's going to be in our swing watch list / strategy session on Sunday morning. And if not, I will catch the rest of you first thing Monday morning.